Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How are you today? There we go. Yeah, another beautiful brand new day on this planet, hey? You can never get the same day twice. I'm just gonna wait a few minutes for people to come on. Good morning, Tanya. Good morning, SJK. Finding your love is today's subject. I have Archangel Metatron with me today. Of finding your love. It's going to be a very interesting subject because what most people think about when they think about finding love, they usually think about a relationship. That's where you find love. You can find love and experience love in a relationship, but you're not going to find your love in a relationship or in money or in anything outside yourself. And when he says this, it says it's important. Once you understand the inner, then the love in the outer is revealed to you. So just sit tight because we're going to get right into this in a couple of minutes. Yeah, so much change going on this planet. Everybody having to learn how to keep their own vibrational energy up high because there is so much in this world that will try and pull your energy down. And you have to make the decision. You have to make the conscious decision to keep your energy up. And that's really where all the work begins, is learning how to keep your energy high, vibrational energy, so that you're not subjective to the things that are going on in the world around you. And the other thing is you can't contribute much to life when you're coming from a place of fear. You cannot contribute much of anything to life if you're coming from a place of fear. But you can receive from life if you're in a place of fear. If you're in a place of fear, you can be open to receiving love from life. And that's something out of A Course in Miracles as well. Good morning, Gina. Hi, Patricia. I want to say thank you for all my patrons yesterday for the live event that we did. It was just wonderful. The live healing event with Saint Germain and Master Jesus. It was pretty intense. And we got our actual scheduled monthly event comes up on the 7th of December at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I hope you'll join us for that. And again, I want to welcome my new patrons today. The replay for the event yesterday will be up on the Patreon page later this morning. And I hope you'll take that meditation and you'll take that meditation from yesterday and you'll apply it every day. And that's okay, Patricia. You'll get a chance to listen to it today. The meditation was amazing. Some of the people in the group had incredible transformations and healing. It was a wonderful thing to watch how these masters can work with us when we open ourselves up to their vibrational energies. It literally gets that easy. It gets easy to receive from a higher vibrational plane. If you're struggling, you're probably caught up in lower vibrational energies. Yes. And yet the amount of low vibrational energy and the amount of high vibrational energy is very intense today. It's clear to be able to feel and know what feels negative and what feels positive. But many of us are so caught up in the negative elements of it. Very few people take the time to move their awareness into that place of consciousness where they're aligning to the ascended masters, the higher dimensional beings. A lot of people are caught up in lower dimensional beings and energies, and this is a time where it's all laid out on the floor for us, folks. All being put out on the floor for us to choose our own divinity. So when Metatron came in this morning and said, finding your love, he said it's very important people understand that finding your love is realigning your awareness, your mind, and your body into a union with the very source that works through you as your life. To become in union with that is to experience what you would call love in its most ultimate form that you can experience while in a physical human body. The process for getting to this awareness requires that you be willing to surrender your fear, your suffering, to be willing to glimpse higher, to recognize even in your darkest moments that there is a light that is shining down on you that you may look up at, you may feel, you may call it forth, you may call us forth. even to shine our light on you, but even our light cannot be greater than that light which is your love, which is what you are. Finding your love is literally aligning your mind and your body to the very source that gives you life. This is the ultimate love you can experience while in a material and mental body. The knowledge of that union of matter, non-matter, and life. And the vibration that I'm getting from, he's just pouring this light down on me right now and sending it out to all of you guys as well. That it's important you understand the finding your love. Yes, you can find love in relationships. You can find love in doing something amazing and wondrous. You can find love in your work. But finding your love, remember, you can find love in doing those things, but finding your love, your connection to the source that beats your heart right now, simply requires becoming aligned to that life that is beating your heart right now unconditionally. And yet, they say it's unconditional love, but it requires that you function, think, and act in ways that align you to it. Think of source energy as a cosmic broadcasting system that broadcasts at a certain frequency, and that fear is another broadcasting frequency, this frequency of energy broadcast, and that you can tune your awareness, and this is key here, tune your awareness to a vibration of love, and tune your awareness to that vibration of love in your body. And feel it coming in, because it comes into your body from around your body, and it comes into your awareness from around your awareness. It is as you, through you, at all points of time and space, but you may choose to repackage it in any way that you like. Yes, the reason, Metatron's saying the reason he uses sacred geometry is the precision, the level of precision and high organized matrices that result in different configurations of matter and mind by using these the geometrics, the Merkabahs and other devices like that. He says the reason that he uses those is they hold precision, a very clear, precise representation of these higher vibrational energies. And so some of you that are attracted to the Merkabahs and the different geometric symbols, the dodecahedrons, all these different, the golden mean, all those symbols that you find yourself attracted to, is because they resonate in you as something that you can use to connect to this love within you that is you. Finding your love is aligning to the infinite source that's beating your heart right now consciously, knowing that it gives you life to use in any way you see fit. But there are perceptions of it. If you use this energy in a detrimental way for your body, in a detrimental way for other humans, you lower that frequency. You move away from source energy, its purity, and you begin to experience things like fear and control and power and guilt and shame when you move away from it. So the precision of these geometric symbols, the Merkabahs, the different mechanisms of mathematics that help us to align the perfection of the frequency of that vibration of love that's within you, flawlessly within you. He says the lower in frequency we go down, the more chaotic our life is experienced. The lower in frequency we go down, the further we get from that love, that is what you are, the further you get from love, from your love, and I'll be specific about that. When he says finding your love, it's the love within you as what you are, the love that is what you are. And the further you get away from that, the more chaotic, the more fearful, the more uncertain you begin to experience your awareness. You begin to experience life that way. So really important to learn to raise your vibration up, how to shift your vibration. And we're going to go over a couple of things that are really simple, that are very important for getting your body into alignment with your mind, and your mind in alignment to your awareness, and your awareness in alignment to the soul. And there's a sequence there. And there's no right or wrong way to do it, because each of you will have a way that works for you. What makes your body energy feel more expanded? You can experiment with different types of food. Go out and try eating fruit for a couple of days and see how that feels on your body. Try eating raw vegetables for a couple of days. See how that feels on your body. Like, experiment. So you, in that body that you're in, get to understand how you raise its vibration. Other things you can do is making certain you're drinking really, really good distilled, remineralized water, or really good pure water that a good natural spring source of it that's vibrant and healthy for you. keeping your body properly hydrated. Simple things to raise the body's vibration up so that the senses of the body can be transcended and your awareness of higher frequency can be opened up. Because a lot of people are identified with what we see, what we hear, what we smell with our senses. But when your senses become refined, the perceptual ability gets wider. You can actually begin to perceive more, hear more, know more beyond your normal physical senses. So when the body's gets realigned, your perception changes. And the same thing is true for your mind. There are certain thoughts, certain ideas, certain beliefs that when you hold them in your mind will make you feel a certain way. And you can experiment with that for a couple of days. Go around thinking joyful, loving, compassionate thoughts toward yourself and the world for a couple of days. See what you begin to feel inside. How does that change your feeling? Right? How about go around for a half a day thinking really negative and dark thoughts and watch what happens. The goal he wants to communicate to everybody is to learn to attune yourself to that which you are, which is your love. You are love. To attune yourself to what you are in body, in mind, in awareness, to align yourself fully so that what is above is below. For many of you, what is below is above, and so you experience chaos in your worlds. But the alignment deliberately of your energy to these higher frequencies liberates you from these lower vibrations. This is important to understand. So you may use the symbols that I've provided as the Merkaba and many other symbols that you've seen in this third dimension. And you may use these symbols to find out if these symbols actually organize your perceptual awareness of consciousness, of love. That which increases your wellness physically, mentally, emotionally is aligning you to your love. Now, as you alter and change your vibration and move yourself up, you will find that there are events and circumstances and people around you that will begin to shift and change to match the internal alterations in your personal dynamic deliberately. That you will begin to connect with people and disconnect from people, depending upon the nature of the alteration in your signal. Like driving away from a big city, you can hear your radio system when it gets too far away from that signal, it loses the signal, but then it picks up a new signal. And so you will find there'll be changes in your world as you make the changes internal to your own consciousness, that you will lose certain signals and you will find certain signals, and do not be attached, for the journey is yours in that body. The journey is yours in that body. It's important you understand this. So finding your love, and yes, this light that he's never shone a golden light at me before, but he's been shining this golden light down on top of my head, and it's just beautiful. And in whatever way I can, I offer this light to all of you that are listening right now to actually experience the vibrational frequency of this golden light that you can tap into as a sensation that your body can interpret. Yes. He says the nature of his consciousness is such that those of you who are open to receiving are already receiving. You don't need to hear the words of this one to receive the experience of who I am. Yes, thank you. Cool. Just gonna share something out here. So yeah, so there we are, comments, questions. I'm gonna just scroll up, questions. So finding your love, because a lot of people are trying to find their love outside you. Everybody received a notification last Friday, Carolyn. I'm sorry if you didn't get one. The recording will be up on the wall, but I was very clear about that. I've got a feature in Patreon that lets me send simultaneously all patrons the same message at the same time, unless they've changed their membership. Okay, questions here. Finding your love. Okay, remember, you didn't miss anything. You're just going to get it in the timing and the way that you need it. Things don't have to happen in a certain way for everybody. They do need to happen a way that's right for you. And so trust that the process that you're in is going to be right for you, so that when you listen to the meditation, you experience it the way everybody else experienced it yesterday, you're going to be amazed at what happens in your biology. It's pretty cool what happened for everybody, for all of us. We were all blissed out by the end of it. Wonderful. That's interesting. Good morning, everybody. Wow, lovely. Lots of greetings. Hello, Africa. A question from Tanya. Last night my bed was shaking a little, and I know it was someone. I was not scared. I just smiled and said hi. Who was it? Wow. I'm actually getting that the female, it's a female, very elderly female, um, 18th century, that she's trying to, something about listen with your ear, not with your body. She's saying, listen with your ear, not with your body. Do you mean physical ears? Um, Listen inwardly. She's saying, don't be caught in the sensation as much as the feeling. Okay, you can go back to the sensation you felt with the shaking. Go back to the sensation you felt of the shaking and sense or feel what was the information in that. What was the message in the feeling, not the sensation of the shaking? Yes, the message was communicated to you, but you perceived it as physical. Go back to what you remember as you experienced it, but tap into what the feeling was, not the sensation of the body, what the feeling was. What was she saying to you? She says, you'll know. You'll know it almost right away. Do that right now. Cool. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that to reach these higher dimensions, when they're communicating with you, when they actually shake something up or move something physically around you, our bodies are hardwired to perceive the physical reality, and most of us are so caught into our bodies that we perceive these information from a physical standpoint, and then we miss the message that we're actually being given. So I highly recommend that when you experience a sensation, or you get a flash of light, or something touches you, don't get caught in the physical sensation. Go into the awareness of what was the feeling, the intention that you felt from that communication, the vibration, right? Like Metatron, this gold light. Look, I can see the color and I can feel the sensation. But when I go into what is the message, and he says, "I love you unconditionally." This is what this is: unconditional love from him, right? And so you'll perceive the information in the way that you perceive it from that perspective of feeling. Hi, Fardhiba. Does Archangel Metatron have a message for me today? He's saying, open up to the cube. Open up to the cube and feel yourself in its center. And in the center, feel what you are. In the center, feel what you are. Yes. Do not get caught up in the constructions of what it is you see, but the sensation of what you are in the center. So finding your love is such an important concept. What is love? There's so many different definitions depending on what level you're perceiving reality from. Someone who's an alcoholic loves to drink, right? Somebody who's a mom that loves children loves to be a mom. What finding your love is, what he said in the very beginning, finding your love is connecting to the essential nature of what you are in relationship to this infinite source that works through you, through your mind, through your body, and as an expression of emotional energy in this world. So finding your love is really important. Yes. So you start to see, no worries, Carolyn, I understand that totally. We've all had those moments, and that's really great, to realize, to experiment, to understand what he's saying, to find your love, which is your connection to your source and alignment to that source through your mind, through your body, allowing that connection to define what your expression is going to be here in time and space. So do things that allow you to feel how you change the alignment of your vibration. If you're angry, you're going to feel a change in your vibration. If you're joyful, you're going to feel a change in your vibration. And you get to choose where you're going to be in alignment with. We get to choose that. And if you're not being in your love, it's not going to feel very good. If you're in fear, if you're guilt or shame or anger, those are things that you can choose to be aligned to. But you can also choose to be aligned to joy, possibility, excitement, playfulness, ecstasy, bliss. You can choose those things too. So experiment with raising the vibration of your body by eating really good foods one day and eating good foods for like 3 or 4 days, then eating bad foods for 1 or 2 days, and watch what happens. You'll feel the difference in the vibration of your body, because that's how we learn while we're in matter. Most people learn because of matter. So if you can experience a contrast in your body between one food and another, and everybody does, most of us were conditioned to eat what we were told to eat as children, so we forgot and got disconnected from the natural organic mechanism that allows you to know what foods your body really needs and what foods your body really doesn't need. So you learn to experiment with that to raise your vibration of the body up. You can do the same thing with your mind. Certain thoughts will cause certain emotional energies in your body as you hold them up in your mind. So you want to play with that too. Think really positive thoughts for 3 or 4 days, no matter what. Just choose positive thoughts for 3 or 4 days. And then watch what happens in a day or two of thinking negative, and you'll feel the difference in your vibration. Is that way you start to learn? Yes, you start to learn to attune your energy. You start to deliberately, from the perspective of awareness, you begin to align your mind and body to who and what you are, to the vibration of consciousness that you want to experience as an awareness. And then from that perspective, when your mind and body are open up, then you can start to connect to the ascended masters, the other beings that are at a higher vibrational plane still. And then he's saying, ultimately, once you know you can align your mind and body to conditions that you label as most pleasing to you, then you will be able to easily open up to a vibration of energy that comes into your awareness that is also highly pleasing to you. And you may receive that, this food of the spirit, as you give your body and mind food of your soul and the food of this earth that is good for it. Cool. So we really have a chance to align ourselves deliberately, intentionally now. And a lot of people are doing that. I mean, it's happening all over the world. Yeah. So messages, that's the big message. Find your love. Experiment today. Like really, experiment with things that you do and things that you say, things that you eat, and see which lowers and raises your vibration. You know, for some of you that have caffeine addictions, a lot of you get around. We have a Starbucks in front of this building, and without fail, I walk out there and there's literally a line of people going in and going out, and they don't even realize that what they're doing is they're addicted to a substance that artificially stimulates their lymphatic system to function very differently. Alters the adrenals, gives them a rush of chemistry that they can produce on their own naturally by getting excited. You can create an exciting thought that will give you a rush of excitement and adrenaline that's natural and organic and doesn't have the detrimental side effects of caffeine. So you get to experiment, and that's really what this time is for now, is this whole ascension process. We're waking up, and the waking up process requires consciousness and experimentation and playfulness. Yes. I don't know, there's somebody coming in on my left side. It's a female, and I don't know what she's saying. I don't know, but somebody knows a Doris out there. She's saying to tell Doris that it's going to be okay, not to worry, to breathe. So I don't know if you know Doris, please communicate that message for her. Thank you. It doesn't happen very often. Thank you so much. Question. Any message for me from past voice? Message. Yeah, I first thing that comes to my mind from, I don't know who this is, it's not from Metatron, but somebody said, tell you to go to the gym, right? And yes, if you can't go to the gym, work out, but do something physical with your body today, something rigorous. They're saying rigorous. Question from Wanda. I dreamed about hearing a baby laughing in my house. It was so real. Even it was a lovely, nice laugh. I was afraid. I'm not sure what that meant. Wow. There's this incredible light coming down. This is the words holy child, the vibration, this being, whatever they are, they're saying, you're experiencing the holy child. What do you mean by that? She's aligning herself to her joy. She is breaking from her established beliefs about herself. She's aligning to the divinity, the playfulness of her true nature, which she is afraid to implement in her life. Be playful. Be playful. Be as that voice. And the Spirit will work with you. Yes, playful. And I get these fairy gnomes, like these fairies and gnomes that work with you as well, that are very playful beings. So that voice that you heard, before you became afraid, remember how you felt? Before you became afraid, Remember how you felt, because that is the true nature of the connection that you have with that energy. Fear was just your mind and body going, how can I possibly hear that, and getting uncertain because of hearing something that it thinks is not there. But you as a soul, as a clairaudient, you heard that. Your clairaudience heard that vibrational energy. So it's the feeling prior to the fear that is the message for you. Please tap into that. Question from Jana. Today my phone won't ring when I got a phone call. Wait, what is the message? Spend time with yourself today. They're saying, I think this is your guardian angel. Spend time with yourself. This is a male energy, but he's got, he's a male energy, but he's dressed in very strange clothing, like these pants that are like flood pants. But he's saying to not be distracted by the world, to be not distracted by the world, to be playful within yourself. That's really cool. Yeah, cool. Thank you so much. So finding your love is such an important concept. Finding your love is so important, because it's not something we're so conditioned to think that we get our love from out there. If you think and believe that your love is going to come from out there, you might connect to somebody that really loves you and appreciates you, but you've got to find the love within you, connect to that source within you, align to it, because finding your love is first step. Finding your love, who are you in relation to this infinite source, and then allowing the nature of who and what you are to organize your affairs, and it will. It's a pretty fascinating process. Yeah, I know. I'm going to scroll up. Here we go. A question from Svanhild. Sometimes when I gaze out of my living room window, I see a pyramid pillar-like appearance with a smaller one inside. Disappears when I focus on it. Is it some kind of message from Metatron? He's saying you're ready to pass through dimensional gateways. When you notice this, do not try to see it, but try to feel it. Many of you must understand that in this process of awakening, your physical senses are not to be used as mechanisms for your higher senses. Your senses of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, clairgustions, your clairsentient energies are to be awakened and utilized. So what is it you feel when you see what you see on this other dimension? Again, coming back to the sensitivity of what you see without your eyes, and hear without your ears, and feel without your sensations of your body is important, for all of these faculties are being stimulated rapidly among the human collective. Very few of you are aware of this fact, but those of you that are must leverage that awareness to liberate yourself from subjectivity to matter, so that you move yourself into a position of deliberate creating and manifesting from a perspective of who you are as infinite source energy. So when you observe these symbols of these other dimensions, it is the vibration that you need to connect to. It is the vibration that will help to reorganize your mind and body and your material affairs. The transmutation of higher vibrational energies organizes the conditions of your mind and the body, which is why I came here to discuss the concept of your finding your love today, which is your connection to the source, and then aligning that connection, your mind and body, to it. You cannot align it to your mind and body, but you can align your mind and body to it. Yes. But he's also saying it also goes through us too, like that this infinite source is beating your heart right now. It's not like you're separate. It's not like your body is separate from it at all. It's just that the degree of awareness that your body has of it is smaller mostly because of what we've been taught to conditionally think about what reality is. But wow, great concern. So yeah, let us know what that's like. Question from Minaj. My elder daughter's myopia, nearsightedness, is increasing very rapidly. What can she do about it? Any advice from the angels, please? Okay, it's interesting you call that. Wow. again, the eyes, Raphael is saying the eyes need to move. The eyes have gotten lazy. They need to move. They need to move. She also needs to, there's somebody else here too, they're saying that she needs to let go of that, that is making her afraid of this world. But from a mechanical perspective, she can work her eyes. There are things she needs to do with her eyes to liberate the mechanics of them. But there's also things that she's seeing in this world that she does not like, that are displeasing to her. She must learn to formulate a different emotion and less fear. Fear. She must release her fear from her heart so that she can see. It is not the eyes that see. It is not the eyes that see. There's also, it brings to my mind, listening to this, that there's also this group in India that's teaching people how to open their third eye up, to literally see without eyes. And that's the pineal gland. You might want to start teaching your daughter how to work with the pineal gland, how to actually begin to work with it. And there's lots of different studies on it and how to activate it. We have some practices that we use in our course and classes to help people awaken the pineal gland, which is very different than your physical senses. It lets you multi-sensory perceive many dimensions. But please get your daughter to mechanically exercise her eyes. Work the muscles, work the lenses, get those muscles operating, and get her to let go of what it is she's afraid of in this world. There's something that's happened in this world or happening in this world that she's afraid of. Teach her how to let go of her fear. Let her fear go from the eyes. Let that energy out of her eyes, okay? Get the fear out of her eyes, right? A lot of people are doing that right now. You're welcome. You're welcome. Question from Carolyn. Am I able to know why the 12 ascended came through on Friday during my meditation, or am I, oh, you got that experience too, eh? Yeah, that's called, I call that the count, literally it's the Council of 12. There are some ascended beings and they come in different numbers and different configurations, but I've had that experience where they come to you, and I'd be interested to know what they shared with you, because usually when they come to you, it's because there's an exchange of information that's designed specifically. Was this true for her? They're saying it was to test you, to see if you're ready to receive them. And obviously you are, I think, is she? Yes. They're saying you are ready to receive their guidance, to go back to that table, to that place, and receive from them what it is you are ready to receive. For you can only receive what you are ready to receive. The meaning and purpose of what it is you are doing now will become evident to you by working in this group, in this collective, right? So when you start working with them, the work that you're doing right now, in terms of how it will affect humanity, will become apparent to you. Again, they'll start giving you inspiration or ideas, and they'll pop right in the middle of your head as soon as again, yeah, Drusilla, the replay works. They said it's going to be really amazing what you're going to experience. I'm not sure what point. I think it's about half an hour into it that the meditation got started. That when Saint Germain and Master Jesus started to do the meditation. But you'll be amazed what happened. Question from Kelly. Do you have any messages for you from my loved ones that have passed? Wow. I just my whole body is just shivering right now. Just love. It's literally a shower of love for you. Literally a shower of love for you. And the words rejoice. Rejoice in your awareness of our presence. For death is not a final step, but another beginning for us all. Yes. They're saying that you're not that far behind. None of you are. But you may feel us at any time. Do not believe that we are not in existence, for we are. But this shower of love is beautiful. Thank you for that. When you guys ask for loved ones to come through, it's amazing what happens sometimes, the energy that comes through, because you start to perceive more as a sensation more than you do as a visual, but you can get that as well. Oh, you're welcome, Svanhild. Question from SJK. Please help me know how to resolve this conflict with my daughter. Thank you. Metatron's laughing. He says, we love resolving conflict. We love resolving conflict. The truth is there is no conflict unless you agree with it. If you agree there is a conflict, then you will maintain it. If you hold it in your heart, then the other will have it hold it in their heart too. If you wish to resolve this, then see and feel and be nothing but love in your own mind with your daughter. Be that which you wish to see in your own mind first, and allow that to do its work. He's saying you can also use the clarity of the Merkaba. You can actually see her body encapsulated with a Merkaba. He's actually doing that right now for you. He's actually encapsulating your daughter with a Merkaba right now. The energy of the Merkaba, he's saying, will give her clarity and liberation from her judgment, as it will do for you also. Okay, so he's putting another one over you as well. So clarity and liberation from judgment. Do you smell that? Wow, it's this incredible, like this incredibly cooked, beautiful cooked meals smells all around me. I don't know whether somebody tell somebody out there, you want to change the way you're preparing your food. You want to change the way you're preparing your food so it's more pleasing to your senses. Wow, cool. Oh, you're welcome, Minaj. I can scroll down here. Question from Inshira. I feel like I'm having a hard time breathing this morning. Am I having a hard time finding the love? How can I find and get in touch with the love? First of all, he wants you to take, right now, he wants you to take a slow, deep breath with your hand over your heart and form the intention that I breathe love back into my life. Form the intention that I breathe love back into my life. And literally do that breath right now. He says, do that right now. Hand over your heart and breathe in. I breathe love into my life. And really do that breath, he says, 4 times. Be focused on the vibration of the words rather than on the sensations of the breathing. Focus on the vibration of the words rather than the sensation of the breathing. Wonderful. Thank you so much. It's a great question. Thank you, Carolyn. I really appreciate that. You're welcome, Carolyn. Yeah, no, they always come. They usually come. I know what they told me. They usually do come around a table. And again, it depends. The configuration changes depending on the nature of the groups of masters and ascended beings that you're working with. But it's usually the first meeting like that is to see if you're ready to actually work with them. The second step will be instructional, and then it just gets better after that. Question from Blaine. My iguana escaped hours after learning that he wants to be with us. I now dream about him. Is he trying to send me messages, or is that just missing him? It's threefold. First of all, the iguana is not yours. The iguana is life's. Nothing is ours here. Not even this body isn't even mine. I use it, but it's not even mine. Nothing in this world is ours. We get to enjoy it. You know, when you leave that body, you will have nothing of this world to take with you, right? Except the knowledge and experience that you gain. So nothing of this world is yours. But you do have a psychic connection with this one now. It will come back if it's needed. But the energy of this creature is ancient. You must understand that your roots in experience in this world are very ancient and patient and free. For freedom is ultimately the message of your soul. Remember this, that you are free in the essence of who you are being, and that you have been in many lives, many expressions in this time-space dimension. You have not been limited to that one experience in that body that you find yourself residing, listening to these words right now. You've had many expressions. It is how you got into that body that you are. You don't need to be attached to where you were 180 million years ago. You don't need to be attached to that anymore. Let it go. Be where you are now and liberate yourself from your past. Cool. Thanks for that. Yeah, I remember the iguana last week. Oh, you're welcome, Miriam. Thank you from Sweden. I appreciate that. Wonderful. Uh, yes. Daniel's asking, any message for my spiritual growth from Kuan Yin? I just did a retreat with Master Sha. Oh, yes, I remember Master Sha. Hello, Daniel. Um, yes. Wow. Refinement. Wow. Not so much in body, but in soul. She's saying refining your soul will allow her to come closer to you. Um, about a year and a half ago, she did she came in and we did an event. And Kuan Yin, the day before the event, she said, "I cannot do the event. You have to cleanse your body this evening. Your body's not in alignment with the vibration that I want to communicate to people." So she said it's really important that I just drank water. So I literally just drank a ton of water that night, ate nothing but living food, and then the next morning when it was time, she said, "Yes, I can come partway into your body." So she came in. The word what was the word she used? She used the word, my body was too, not gross. It was too low vibrational for her to fully be present in it. But I raised it up enough that she could come through partly. So refinement for you is not refinement of body; it's refinement of mind, so that you're in greater alignment to her. So the message that she can convey to you will be more accurate. Very important, accuracy, isn't it? Screen. Question for Archangel Michael. Why is his symbol a sword? So he said, well, sometimes I like to lean on it. Sometimes I like to lean on it. But he said, no, from the symbolic perspective, the meaning of the sword is to literally, energetically understanding that I know how to remove negative energies from matter, from mind, from spirit. All kidding aside. Thank you. I love that. He likes to lean on it. That's it. You're funny. Thank you, Michael. Oh my God. He says I can expect more of that humor coming through later. That's great. A question from Light of Truth. The angels have jokes too. Okay. From the Light of Truth. Should I continue to work with my family business, or is it time to move on to something else? I feel stuck and do not know which direction to go in. Sorry, I'm still. Michael and I and a bunch of other beings are just laughing our asses off at this story. Okay, right. Yes. Okay. Don't be too serious for starters. Don't make it a serious process. Make it an exciting process. This is right. I'm trying to. This person's all dressed in white. It's Archangel Gabriel. Make the process exciting. Telling you to make the process exciting. Something to do with music. You need to play music that uplifts you while making these decisions. But you need to approach this from an energy of excitement, he's saying. Gabriel's saying, from an energy of excitement. Whatever way you choose an energy of excitement and use music to maintain and elevate the excitement that you wish to represent in this transformation that you're currently in. Our position isn't to tell you whether to do one thing or another in this case for you. For you are in the position where you are trying to fine-tune your higher expression, and so the ability for you to make the decision in this case is far more beneficial than for us to offer you a direct solution. But we can certainly offer you the mechanisms that you can use to come to the best possible conclusion that you could. And so, choose music that inspires you and approach this transformation from the energy of excitement, and you will find your decision and result to be very pleasing. Cool. Thank you for that question. I like getting exciting questions like that. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Just seeing if I missed any questions, because we're just about done today. For a moment there, it said 44, 44, 44. Yeah, please remember to like and subscribe. like this video and subscribe to my channel, and share this information with other people. We did not come here to suffer. Contrary to what mass mind believes, we came here to manifest and articulate our highest expression and conception of self in time, space, and matter. Finding your love, which is what Metatron came to talk about today. Finding your love is not about finding a loving relationship out there, or finding the thing that gives you joy. You can find those things too, but finding your love is aligning yourself to your highest vibrational experience of goodness of what you are. Connecting mind, body to source energy. Source is all loving. You are in the image and likeness of that source. Finding your love is about becoming conscious and aware that you are in alignment with infinite love, infinite potential, infinite creativity, limitless being. And then to articulate that to the fullest degree that you can through this physical body and this mechanical mind that you've got. Learning to do that. Also, if you want to support the work that we do on YouTube, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and on Saturday was Supernatural Saturday, please remember to use the super chat if you want a question. If I didn't get your question, you can get your question prioritized by using the super chat feature. That's another way you can support this channel. You can also consider becoming a member of my Patreon page, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. The other thing you can consider doing is, if you want to learn to connect to your guides, your angels, your higher source, your intuition, multidimensional beings, consider registering for our mediumship courses, which start next February 13th. And they're life-changing courses, and you'll love that. So you can go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com, and read up all of the different courses that we have. We offer 3 different courses, and there's a 4th course that will be coming sometime in the new year. We just don't know when, but we know that it's coming. For those of you that have taken the courses before, I know some of you are here today, the 104 will be coming in the coming year. And we're really excited about that. We have no idea what it's going to be like, what's going to be involved, but we know that it's coming now. They've finally confirmed that. So we look forward to that and seeing some of you familiar faces when we do that process again. Okay, we're going to take a couple more questions, and then we'll... yeah, I know. Isn't that funny, eh? That's the first time Michael's ever said that. I love it. He said it. Yeah, they've been telling me this. I need to lighten up a little. They said that we're going to help you lighten up a little. So obviously that process has started. You never know when they're going to do it either. It just comes out of the blue. And literally, I got it out of the blue, right? Michael works for Blue Light. Funny, Michael. A question from Mara. Something red flitted in front of me when I was outside in the dark. Could you please tell me what this was? Thank you, William and Metatron. Again, many of you are caught up in the perception of these other dimensions through your senses, where you'll get a flash of light or an image or a sound or a vibration. You'll feel like the bed moving. Somebody mentioned earlier their bed moving. You've been so conditioned, most of us have been so conditioned to articulate this material world and sensations exclusively through the body. And yet there's these other dimensions of energy that aren't physical, which is why you have the clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, which must be consciously developed, just like you had to consciously learn to use your hands and feet. These non-physical clairs of being able to see without your eyes, hear without ears, know without direct information, those clairs need to be consciously developed. So when you experience events like that, where there's a sudden color fills the space in front of your eyes, or the bed shakes, or you get a flash of light in the background, or you hear a baby crying, laughing deliciously in the house, don't get caught in what your brain and your senses hear, but feel the information that is being communicated to your awareness. Do not just interpret these things from the body mechanism alone if you want to get to the essential meaning of the other dimensional realities to the information. Remember, the words that we're speaking to you coming from a non-physical place right now, coming down through these non-physical dimensions into this mind, using the information stored in this one's mind, and then being articulated as sound waves through this body. It comes from as above, so below. There are different dimensions. To become aware of those dimensions, you have to stop perceiving from one and start perceiving from the other. Those of you that have had concerns about opening up your clairs, learn to sense beyond what your body's sensation awareness is. Sense the feeling energy there, and you'll begin to open up those clairs. So that red light that you saw flash, again, your brain interprets that energy, that signal as red light, but there is a vibration, other information contained within that is not what you perceive with your eyes, but an awareness of what you might hear, what you might know, what you might feel, what you might see without your eyes, hear without your ears, know without the senses being aware of it. So please remember that. Also, in our courses and classes, we go into great detail and are showing you how to open up your clairs simply and easily, and you get to do it in a group environment. So you're working with other students and you're practicing with them, and you're working with other mediums that we have worked with us in the courses. And you can develop these things. They're like the same way as your parents taught you how to open your hands and walk and talk. As soon as the same way your body was trained, your clairs need to be trained. There's nothing in the third dimensional realm right now. Pardon me, correction. There's very little in the third dimensional realm that's teaching children how to see and hear and know what they're seeing, hearing, and knowing. Many parents for centuries have said their children talk to strangers they don't see, because that's clairvoyance. But we have not formulated any teaching mechanism in a great way that teaches children how to develop that skill, how to communicate with them, how to get information from them. But we teach that in our courses and classes, and there are many such courses and classes unfolding on the planet today. We just think ours is one of the best ones. Yes, it's certainly the most complete one. Let's see here. Go down here. Question from Anka here. Oh, thank you so much. That's not a question, that's a statement. Wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Anka. Yeah, we loved having you in the course, all of you. Question from Anka. Any message for me? Thank you. All I'm getting is that they're saying, keep liberating your joy. And I'm getting this picture of you jumping up and down, like jumping jacks, but you're making this big X, like you're jumping up, and it's just, you're just keep manifesting your joy. Keep manifesting your joy. There's a wall. There's something that your joy is going to push you through a wall that you've been trying to get through for a long time. Your joy is going to move you through that wall. Again, I don't know what the wall is, but it's something that you've been trying to get through for a long time. But your joy, use your joy to articulate your way through that wall. Cool. Thank you for that question, Anka. Wow. Okay, sorry. One more question from Jana, and then we'll call it a day, folks. Yes. Before I answer that question, I'm told to remind you, remember, the process about finding your love is not a process of trying to get something that gives you more sense pleasure, that gives you more excitement in the world, but it's about connecting inside. Finding your love is about realigning to this infinite potential, your unlimited capabilities, your sense of freedom. Finding your love is about finding your connection to source inside, because that connection to the source inside you will make changes in what you're going to think, what you're going to say, and what you're going to do. From that perspective, just as the world that programmed you to think, feel, and believe that life was a certain way caused you to respond in this world and be in this world in a certain way, so too will this higher vibrational energy make changes in your system. And those changes will far surpass anything your mind could imagine. When you're in alignment with your love, when you're in alignment with love, with your love, the vibration you have with source, when you're in alignment with that, it's going to give you information, inspiration, not to mention the other multidimensional beings that you start to connect to on those higher frequencies. They're there. They're there for all of us. Excuse me. Okay, last question. A question from Jana. Today I found a song, Open the Eyes of My Heart. Any tips? I think they just gave it to you, Jana. Open the eyes of my heart. That is finding your love. Because going within, Understand, when you are love, when you become what you are, when you can truly articulate what you are as a being, and then learn to re-sculpt your mind and your body to represent who you are as a being, then what you're going to experience in this world is going to be vastly different than what you're experiencing right now. But yeah, we're all opening our love up to that. Well, we could go on. You know, I could personally go on, but I've got lots of things to get done today. I want to say much love to everybody. Thank you for your support. Remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, share it with other people. We are here to articulate the fullness of what we are as a divine being. Yes, Metatron is saying, "I will be with I will be with many of you today. Remember the cube. Remember the Merkabah. Rest in them and align yourself to your love. Do not get caught in the sensation of the perception of things. Rather, align yourself to your love, which is not what you remember or what your body tells you. It is what you are. These mechanisms will simply allow you to feel that vibration more precisely, for it is the vibration that you become aware of that allows you to transcend and ascend or to descend. The vibration that you become aware of allows you to ascend and transcend or descend. Please remember this in your meditations today. Thank you, everybody. I want to say, again, thanks, much love. We'll see you guys Wednesday on Shortcuts for Your Soul. I have a funny feeling this Saturday coming up is going to be pretty astounding, too, on Supernatural Saturday. So, again, have a wonderful day. We'll see you guys on Wednesday on Shortcuts for Your Soul. Bye for now.